Hello everyone, this is Thoughtful Salt, and this is Demo Man, a series that looks at the indie games in the Xbox Live Arcade. What are we taking a look at today? Well, we're taking a look at a very, very complex game with some of the most basic visuals I've ever seen. What the... Okay. Alright, so what's the objective of this game? Well, you got a lot of comets, and you gotta throw them into this star system and see what happens, basically. That's what I could gather. This game is honestly very, very confusing. I have no idea what I'm doing right here. But I just gained some points from that comet becoming a satellite, so maybe there is something to this game. It does have some very charming music, to be honest. I mean, this kind of music isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I honestly don't mind it. It may just be stock music, but it's very beautiful in its own way. Now, you can adjust the angle at which the comets come in, you can adjust the circumference for which they orbit the star. You can do lots of things. You can also accidentally destroy some of these planets by launching the comets straight into them. Oh. That was a mistake. But I still honestly have no clue, really, what this game is asking me to do. Collect as many points as possible? Okay. Orbit the comet around the sun as many times as possible without getting into orbit up or hitting planets? Maybe. It's deceptively complex, because you look at it visually, it's not a very good looking game visually. But I have recommended less than stellar looking titles in this series before, like Bridge Physics, Airport Anarchy, even to a certain extent Doom Zombies. I mean, it's all about the gameplay, really. And I'm just kind of on the fence with this game so far. I mean, as I watch and play, I start to understand a bit more of what it wants me to do. I'm gonna check some things out first. As you can see, there are a lot of typos. There's a lot of stuff you can customize in here. To be honest, it's almost kind of surprising. General items. Yes, quite. Grand black holes, grand little planets. Surprisingly ambitious. It's just the tiny things that don't make it that great, unfortunately. As much as this stock music or whatever it is charms me, after a certain point I have to go, well, what is this game's deal, man? What is this game asking me to do? Is there any grand objective? To be honest, I couldn't tell you. I'm gonna take a clarification of the rules. Wow. I think this was translated from another language because there's a lot of grammar issues here. Some misspelled words, like that general. It just makes it all just a tiny bit more confusing, and, you know, it's never a good thing to come into a game and be confused as to what you're supposed to do. A recent game I played for this series, Raid, had a similar problem. I don't know. I just don't see anything in this game, despite how obviously unique it is. I mean, I don't think there's any other game attempting to do something like this. But uniqueness shouldn't be the main driving factor whether you play a game or not. All these techniques that you could do with your comets. In the end, I don't think I could recommend this game, per se, to anyone who's looking for a fun time or good experience. But its puzzle nature, hidden around its more scientific aspects kind of endears itself, really. There are issues to be sure, but it's just a matter of taste, really. Watching this video should give you an idea of what to expect here. And that's what this series has been about, giving you an idea of what these games are, how they play, what they're like, so you can form an opinion of your own. Now obviously, the main factor is you haven't played them, so you don't know how it feels per se, but I can try and describe that to you as best I can. This has been a look at Comet Turn, a space puzzle game available on Xbox Live in the arcade. This has been Thoughtful Salt, and I'll see you next time.